There he is. How's it going, Dennis?
I'm good, Mike. I got Jimmy right here. I was like, I gotta get the boss in here too. How you
Hey.
doing?
So, dude, excited to talk to you and learn all about this new project, pun included, and look backwards and look forwards a little bit with you. But let's get into the project. How did this collective all come together? Who got the ball rolling? Where did the idea come from?
Jimmy and I have known each other since high school. We're Inland Empire kids, right? We grew up in
Awesome.
Ontario, and so we're always in the different bands and all that. And Andre Bonter is a drummer of a band I was in called the Poor Boys from back in the '90s.
Okay.
And he said, "Hey, Jimmy wants to do some writing again." He'd kind of retired. And so we got together and did a couple songs, and it was cool. We had some, a couple of those guys, Pump Five guys, uh, did a couple songs with us. And then we said, wouldn't it be fun to see who we could get? And it's cool. And we've really tried to get people from different genres that we know, you know what I mean? We were just talking about Jimmy DeAnda. I've known Jimmy DeAnda since he was in the Bullet Boys.
Right.
I was in the Poor Boys. We're always friendly, like two totally different genres, right? But respect for what each other did.
Totally.
And then Kevin Valdez, the Lit guys, I've co-written with them, and they're like my brothers. And Kevin and I had a band called Good Man Down, a country band. So it's
Ah,
like, all right, that's Kevin. And then Aaron Rossi is a drummer, and he was like he was a trip because he played like Ministry and Prong and stuff, but he was a former inland kid from Upland, and
ah.
then he moved up to the Pacific Northwest, and so he came down and played three songs. And sadly, he passed
Yeah, I
away.
was gonna say.
Yeah, and he's a sweet guy and just a powerhouse, dude.
Hmm.
That kid was listening to one of the tracks because we're mastering right now. I was listening to one of the tracks that he played. I was like, holy smokes, that kid was just a force,
Yeah.
you
You know,
know.
I'm curious too, man. Your bandmate Scott Shiflett, also, but not playing bass. He's playing guitar.
Oh, he's a ripper, right? Yeah, 100%.
When
Yeah,
did that
Scotty
idea
Shiflett
come?
from Face to Face. And I just called him up because I temped in the solos, right? But Ferentinos and Scott are they're, Eric Ferentinos is the other player, and those he plays with Stephen Piercy. So those guys are more they rip. So
Sure.
it's super fun just to watch them just record right over my track. I love it. But that
Dude,
was great.
the one thing that I was really confused about in the press release, and you never know with press releases, sometimes there's funky stuff in there, but it said inspired by Jimmy Davis from Shameless.
Well, Jimmy Davis was in Shameless, right? So it's he and I. Well, he was the guy who started writing songs, and then I just kind of, after we did two, he kind of was bit. He's like, I'm back. He goes, we got to make a record. So he and I just kind of came back to this little garage right here and just started going for it. And then just, putting it together with the cats, whoever was available to record.
What was his role in Shameless? Because I Googled the name James Davis and it came up as an actor named Justin Chatwin.
Dude, were you an actor on the side? What's going on? Guitar player. He was the guitar player songwriter of that band. And then also the singer on a lot of the project songs, Jeff Plant was also in that band as well. So
Okay, so
Jeff
you're saying
Plant,
Shameless, the band, not there's also a TV show named Shameless.
yes. Yeah, a great TV show about that.
Yeah, or used to be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so those guys were from here and our whole goal, and I think Jeff did a great job. We were talking about, man, I wish we would have got a lot of different singers. So hopefully, and you know what, these songs could always be popping a new vocalist, but just to have a lot of different voices is something that we didn't get on this one as much, and just different players on a lot of different songs. So hopefully this breaks open the door to do that because it really is fun. And I wanted to even do weirder mixtures of genre, or we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would love to get Dale Bozio to sing a song or something. You know what I
Oh
mean? With
yeah.
Dale Bozio sings, and I don't know, Joe Bonamassa plays guitar. I don't know. Whatever. Just have some fun with it.
And then get a death metal drummer or something, just to
100%. Or a funk drummer to play rock. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whatever we got. I love it.
a
Yeah.
bunch of blast beats. So we are working our way towards an album.
Yep, yep. We're so the mastering's done. It's just getting today. Kyle Hame is mastering the Pacific Northwest, and he's just doing the fade ins, fade outs, time in between, and then that guy goes to press.
And then, so next year, this year, what are we thinking?
This year we're doing like a soft. I don't know if we'll have printed albums by then, but August 29th we're doing a show out here at a brewery.
Yeah.
Figured it'd be nice just to, and then so Nathan Walker is doing drums on that. He was in Lit.
Okay.
He was in Lit in a band called Rufio, and he's a ripper on that one. And then Matt Riddle is going to play bass on this one for it's whoever's available, right? So Matt Riddle, and he was in Face to Face, the original bass player, and then he was in a band called No Use for a Name. And then who else we got? Eric Ferentinos, of course, our star guitar player, and then Jimmy and me on guitars as well, and then Jeff Plant will be doing the brunt of the work on the vocals, and then I got to sing a couple songs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that we get to hear you sing as well. And that was going to bring up the brewery show, Old Stump in Pomona, August 30th. And are you going to be playing only new songs?
I think it's the 29th. We're gonna
Oh,
do, yeah, we're doing all the we're doing the whole album minus the ballad.
okay. And then a
Yes.
couple of covers maybe worked in too.
I don't know. I don't know if we got enough time for that, but yeah, we actually did a cover on this record, believe it or not. But I don't know if it's going on the record. We did it for the record. We
Ah,
did a Bay City Rollers song, dude.
oh, the Saturday.
Nope.
Oh,
Rock and roll love letter. We didn't want to be too on the nose.
okay, okay, okay.
But
Eh,
that was fun. I sang that one too. But I don't know if it's going. Oh, that's Aaron Rossi on drums too.
oh,
Who played
wow.
bass? Is that? Oh, that's just me on bass. I guess we couldn't get a bass player that day. Anyways, yeah. So maybe we'll cover will show up. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me that does lengthen the set.
Whatever can lengthen the set. And dude, could we talk a little bit about the day job as well? Obviously producer, but also in the band Face to Face.
Yeah. Face to face is I'm a television producer as well too. So that's the main job, and then face to face. We mostly been just doing weekends. So 26 is going to be pretty rough because they're going to be really active, and that's when the project's going to be really active. But I
Mhm.
mean, the project will be whoever's available to go with Jimmy. It's it.
I was going to ask you about, give me the who, when, where, how, why did you get the gig in Face to Face? Tell me that whole story.
Oh, that's a funny story. Well, right, those guys are from the high desert. I don't know if you know that
Yeah,
originally.
Victorville, right?
Yeah, Victorville. And so I was in a band called Lefty. I was a singer in a band called Lefty.
Okay.
And we shared a band room with a band called Funhole. And their drummer was Danny Thompson. Well, he ended up in Face to Face when they reformed. And
Mm.
then their guitar player, Chad, became a set designer for
Oh, okay.
films and television. And so he couldn't really do gigs that much after they reformed. He did a couple and then they started getting tours and blah, blah. So I went and auditioned. We used the lit band room. And I went and I played one song. And Trevor goes, he looks like Chad. It'll work. It, and oddly enough, August 29th, 2009 was the
Oh,
first show I played
wow.
with them in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Wow. What a way to start too, out of the country as well. Uh,
Yeah, right.
a
And
big festival.
a huge festival. Yeah, 40,000 people. It was called the Gas Festival. It was insane.
Dang. So be honest, man, all these years, what is that, 16 years doing some quick math, 17 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Eh,
Coming 16 is the thing. Yeah.
And Disconnected, is it still the most favorite song to play in the set, or is it kind of like, enough already?
And no, I think it's super fun because you know what I mean. It's just yeah. We just played the other night up in Pacific Northwest is a theme today. Anyways, we played up there this weekend, and it's just it does not get old that. I didn't even write it, but it's like it's a fun song to play, and when the crowd is usually louder than the band, and that's really cool.
That's the best part of it. I was going to ask you too, and probably not if you were up in the Pacific Northwest, but Warp Tour this past weekend in Long Beach.
Yep,
And
yep.
I was pretty shocked that Face to Face wasn't on the bill. I mean, they seem like a perfect band for that bill.
I don't know why that offer didn't come in.
Well, maybe
Don't
you guys,
know.
you guys had another date, but curious, did you get to play any of the Warp Tours with them back in the day, or attend?
I did right. We joined in 2010 or 11. I
Okay.
did that Warp Tour with them, but then I did Warp Tours with my band Lefty,
Hmm.
and also I played guitar for Phoenix TX
Oh yeah.
on the Warp Tour, and I toured with them. They had a record called Lechusa that I played on, and then after that, Willie had a band called Denver Harbor that I co-produced and played guitar on.
Oh wow. So
Yeah,
tons of Warped Tour experience. It was great that it came back 30th anniversary, like 80,000 people a day, I heard.
that's I don't know. It's pretty cool though. And it started right here too, right? Like it started in the same parking lot where our band, the Poor Boys, had a warehouse over here. And Warped Tour for Feeney was Kevin Lyman's production company, started in the same parking lot. And so it was started just going up here to Mount Baldy with Greg Teal, my buddy Greg Teal and Kevin Lyman, and they were hiking and they sat down and they were talking about like what it would be like to do kind of a active sports meets music tour, and that was that. So
Wow. Back in
yeah, we
95 or whatever it was.
yeah, I think 94 or something. Yeah,
Yeah, probably 94 because yeah, they were celebrating the 30th anniversary this year. So first year must have been 90. Yeah, back in 94 putting that together. Wow.
yeah,
Crazy.
big. What's that?
Really cool too that it was just this past weekend they already announced a date for 2026 of the Warp Tour.
I figured as much. I figured they would, and then maybe we'll get the offer up for that one. I don't know.
Hopefully, hopefully. Dude, I appreciate all the time. Last couple of things I wanted to hit you with. I mean, certainly this past week, not only the Warp Tour, but the devastatingly crushing news, and I'm still haven't processed it, but the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, who I'm sure you were a fan of.
See Randy right there.
Yeah, the tribute.
There you go, man. Yeah, I mean, what a way. My biggest thing was like kind of like when it happened after that benefit. My takeaway is like, man, what a total complete rock star to be going out like that, and the money that he raised for Parkinson's, and just what a hero status to go out. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's amazing that the Prince of Darkness did so much good on his way out.
Yeah, I mean, he basically got to witness his own funeral, essentially.
100%, right? When you want people saying great shit and doing right, like while you're alive, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's just sad that he's actually gone, but I mean, the records and the music keeps him alive for sure.
100%. The legend. That legend ain't going nowhere.
No, no, certainly not. And dude, I need your help with one other legendary artist that I gotta talk to you about. Since we're an old school radio station, we do mandatory Metallica every night at 10 p.m. And I'm sure you're a Metallica fan, and I've been having this little Metallica debate, and I want to get your opinion on. And
Oh
even
boy.
and Jimmy can weigh in on this one too, because me and my buddy are having this debate, debating their greatest thrash metal album ever, and coming down on opposing sides. Ride the Lightning versus Master of Puppets. If you had to pick one out of those two, which one would it be?
Dude, I'm gonna go. I'll go master. I'm going master.
Yeah, that's my pick.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Jimmy Davis is on board with that too.
Tell me why.
That's,
Tell me why you agree with me.
dude, it just hits all cylinders. Dude, I got to shoot camera because sometimes I do that little gig. So at Power Trip, I got to shoot one of the iMeg cameras
Oh,
on
nice.
there. It's kind of rad. So that was kind of fun. That's fun. You're shooting and you're looking on the big screen. You're like, yeah, it's cool.
That's me.
Yeah, we got them right there. And they were great. They sounded great. All that. I got to do Angus too. You know, they're like, I'm the dude filming Angus but like that right here, the cowboy. Boom.
Wow.
That big right there. I got Angus like that. That was cool. But yeah, dude, Kid Cow, Metallica, Master.
Master all the way. I thought it just sounded a whole lot better than Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning kind of sounded like guys in a garage sweating it out, banging it out. Which
It's
there's
kind of
nothing
rad
wrong
though
with that.
too. Kind of rad though too, right? Because they're missing. I mean, definitely you got that the thrash metal, but I mean they're definitely taking the punk in there too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's pretty cool.
I think
You know?
the punk certainly punk influence on Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning a little bit, and then I think it kind of wore off by Puppets.
Yeah, little bit. Yeah.
And Puppets certainly had what I think is a complete album. No bad songs, and the songwriting to have a song like Orion and a song like Damage Inc. on the same album, like
Dude, that's huge.
the
That's
full
huge. Oh,
spectrum.
it's August 29th, right? August 29th. Jimmy is reminding me.
August 29th at Old Stump.
Yeah, you coming out?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm glad I got the right date because I was told the 30th. So glad.
Ah, these information givers.
You'd be watching a Poison cover band.
You'd be watching a Poison cover band. Did you hear that? That's what you'd be saying if you went on the 30th. Which, yeah, it's a
Hey,
good time.
I'll hear Unskinny Bop.
Yep. Ain't nothing but a good time over there. There you
Just to put
go.
a button on it. Is there a Metallica song we can play for you on Mandatory Metallica?
Yeah, you're gonna do Disposable Heroes.
Disposable Heroes. That's the one.
Why not? It's 8 minutes long, so why wouldn't you want to throw that on there?
Give me a nice chance to run to the bathroom while that one's on.
Copy that, bub.
Dude, beautiful man. Thank you so much for the time and the tunes and the conversation. And yeah, I'm going to do my best to be out there on the 29th now. I got to go update my calendar.
Copy that. Thanks, Mike. See, have a good Metallica throwback. Rock on.
Thank you, sir. Bye
See ya.
bye.
Bye.